हेलो एवरीवन एंड वेलकम बैक टू अनदर वीडियो। आज की वीडियो में अपन सेकंड चैप्टर पढ़ रहे थे। जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया था लास्ट टाइम कि ये पूरा ख़त्म नहीं हो पाएगा केवल एक में, तो इसके लिए 2 वीडियोस लगेंगी। तो ये अपन पार्ट 2 में आ गए सेकंड चैप्टर के। अभी हम लोग हाथ सीन पे। सो गाइस अपन फिर स्टार्ट करते हैं जल्दी से, क्योंकि फिर लास्ट टाइम की जगह वीडियो बहुत लंबी हो गई तो फिर आप लोग को पसंद नहीं आएगा, इसलिए चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं। और गाइस आप लोग के व्यूज़ लाइक्स कुछ नहीं आ रहे हैं तो लाइक करना ज़रूर और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करिए गाइस प्लीज़, नहीं तो मोटिवेशन कहाँ से आएगा गाइस। मोटिवेशन चाहिए, मोटिवेशन। सो गाइस चलिए चालू करते हैं। अपन पेज 41 पे थे, चैप्टर 2 द डे। क्या था चैप्टर 2 का नाम? मेकिंग देयर डेब्यूट एट स्कूल। अच्छा हाँ, मेकिंग देयर डेब्यूट एट स्कूल। तो चैप्टर 2 स्टार्ट करते हैं। मैं थोड़ा जूम कर लिया हूँ। हाँ स्टार्ट करते हैं। Mahiru's face remained red and her eyes a little moist. Looking at her directly was bad for his heart, but since he looked satisfied, Amane endured his restless mood. Let's go then. Since there was enough time, even if they indulged some physical contact in the morning, they wouldn't be late. Even so, Amane felt it was time to leave, and he said such to Mahiru. She smiled and agreed yes, not knowing if it was psychological effect. Amane thought Mahiru's skin was smoother than usual. It's morning, but I'm already tired. मुझको याद नहीं था कौन से चैप्टर पे, लेकिन 40-41 ही है शायद, तो हाँ यहीं पे थे। Amane was annoyed. On the contrary, he was a little joyful because of this. He could endure his restlessness. If it was the weekend, he could still dote on her to fight back, making Mahiru so spoiled to the point of melting. But as it was school day, but as it is was school day today, he couldn't do that. Amane already felt distress and fatigue in all aspects, but it wasn't annoying. With a worried smile, he took their bags and walked out the door, as this was the first time leaving with Mahiru in their school uniform. Amane honored and incredible smile. He locked the door briefly again, said Mahiru, and found her looking a little uncertain. Mahiru's hand was timidly crunched to Amane's hem of Amane's t-shirt. Hand मतलब ये guys ये. Should we hold hands? Shall we hold hands? Yes, we can. It seemed Amane was right on point. She muttered, "She's so damn cute." He muttered, "She's so damn cute." Towards the shy Mahiru unlocked his hand with a slender figure, saying, "I didn't mean for Amane to carry my bag." But Amane whispered, "As the boyfriend, I should do at least. This is at least what I should do. I should at least do this." Mahiru closed her mouth with her lips pursued. Her behavior looked very cute in Amane's eyes. School, since they did during cold weeks, this was the first time they had went outside, and Amane felt fidget thinking about it. Accent change. What more, Amane was just a flower protector anymore, interlocking fingers, and Mahiru with the so-called lover knot. ऐसे guys ऐसे. This way of holding hands showed off an extraordinary sense of intimacy between them. Intimacy. Although Amane held hands with Mahiru several times before, it still didn't happen often. Amane making Amane a little nervous. He was worried about whether he was gripping too tight or if his hand was sweaty, but he could see that she had a pleasant smile on her face. Although I'm a little shy, I'm also very happy. Yes, I know that. I've been looking forward to going to school with a Manikul like this. How should I put it? I have a lot of emotion, but I feel very, very happy. I say what I say. The two went to school together, although it was only a trivial matter since it seemed to be Mahiru's long-awaited wish. The expression on her face was more energetic than usual. गाइस सही में ये वाला एनिमी बहुत मस्त है. सिर्फ सोचो लाइट नॉवल पढ़ने से जब इतना वो अंदर से फीलिंग आ सकती है, मांगा जब मांगा बन जाएगी और फिर मांगा के बाद जब एनिमी बन जाएगा तो it seems a lot of Mahiru's happiness is related to me. This is because my happiness is being together with Amanikul. My happiness is being together with Amanikul. Is that so? After he stammered a little, Mahiru smiled softly. The smile was again made Amani strongly aware of how much she liked him, leaving him with warm feeling inside his chest. Amani tried his best to not show his feeling on his face, but Mahiru saw right through him and smiled even heartier with her realized his embarrassment. So starting today, I will be feeling like this every day. I really am a happy person. Am I really a happy person? Yes, why not? I think that also applies to me. The both of us will be happy for a long time. That's great. Then both of us will be happy for a long time. That's great. Life with peace and tranquility is great. Mahiru laughed happily, shortening the distance between the two. This time, Amani was careful not to irritate her and turn his body sideways to prevent her arm from sticking in his body. And at the same time, patted Mahiru on head. He was used to holding hands, walking together, but it was still a little uncomfortable to stick close. Of course, the intimate contact between his girlfriend and himself made Amani very careful, but this action may not look the same in the eye of others. Not to mention, Amani didn't want to see looking so excited this early in the morning. He carefully kept those feelings in his heart, then squeezed Mahiru's hand and then continued walking to the school while locking arms. I said what I said. It was the morning rush hour and there were many students of the office were dressed up around them, showing affection. Nature look. It feels like a lot of people are staring. At us. At the distance to school became shorter, many eyes were cast towards Amani, causing him too much attention. The question of people is the line of sight was diverse, with some observing look like who is holding hands with Sheena, while others were mixed jealous, envy and curiosity. Although he was expecting it beforehand personally and experienced this case was a different story. Although he was expected it beforehand personally experienced this cases were a different story. Fortunately, not all the emotion in the line of sight were negative, but Amani was unaccustomed to such sight. Amani had been happily living an ordinary and humble life, therefore he couldn't calm down at all. Of course, Amani couldn't look like a complete different person after all. They held hands and walked close to each other to show they were in a relationship. Naturally, the other male student would also witness it. It was just the gap of difference between Amani's appearance and during the sport festival and current Amani was vast. Although no one directly asked him any question, he could see their gazes were filled with curiosity. Curiosity. Is there really such a big difference? Well, your hairstyle has changed, you look different, but more importantly, you straightened your back and changed the expression to one of full confidence, so the impression you give off is very different. Sorry, that's unnormal. So disappointing. On to the next page. Please don't say that. After all, you have changed now, Amanakun. I like both the usual handsome type of you, Amanakun, but I hate when you belittle yourself. I don't want to be childish, so I will keep that in mind. That's good. Childed. Amani. Mayu smiled at Amani with satisfaction and leaned her body closer. With Amani looked around. By now their sight had met with a murderous aura, making Amani almost freeze. However, Mayu shot them all. Angelic smile, the glares immediately disappeared. The angel with power to stop anyone and anything truly wasn't. कहाँ से लिखते हैं यार ऐसी लाइन से ऑथर्स ना इतने भयंकर वर्ड्स मिलते हैं कैसे और ये फीलिंग्स कहाँ से आती हैं उनके अंदर कहाँ से आ रहा है इन सब गाइस In the relatively improved atmosphere, Amani felt prickly, but still held Mahiru's hand and looked forward. They were almost at the school entrance already. Once they entered, Amani would be stirred at even more, causing him to have a headache just thinking about it. With all these kids, how am I supposed to enter a classroom later? Please just give it up. Or do you hate this? I don't hate it. I decided to change. Since the morning Mahiru confessed, Amani knew he could remain the same as before. He couldn't remain the same as before. This guy has to change. Amani had decided to not embarrass himself being next to her. Instead of neglecting to face hard work, it was better to prepare for a tough situation in order to be worthy for Mahiru. Hearing this, Mahiru replied, "Is this so?" while gripping his hand even tighter. Mahiru? Amani noticed Mahiru's ear was red and he was about to talk to her when he heard a voice behind him. Hearing the familiar voice and nickname, Amani turned his head and saw Chitose standing there while blinking vigorously. With a stunned expression, Chitose glanced at Mahiru and then Amani, who's next to her. Seeing them holding hands, Chitose smiled with a walked over to the two of them, then suddenly patted Amani on the back. "Good morning. Have you finally reached the point, bro? Have you finally reached the point? Shut up with you. Good morning to you, Mahiru. It seems things are going well." Chitose looks like she was in a good mood, constantly slapping Amani on the back. Today Amani had been receiving curious and jealous sight. The expression in Chitose's eyes was a pure kindness, which made Amani's heart warm. "Congratulations, Mahiru. My efforts haven't been in vain. Yes, I have been discussed many things with you. For example, Amani blockheadness. Mahiru. तो गाइस आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे इमेज में भी दिखा रहे हैं कि क्या चल रहा है थोड़ा because Amani truly is a blockhead. She said it, bitch. She said it. Hearing what Mahiru said, Amani could do nothing to refute it. He's not a Sigma. Mahiru had always shown her feeling, but Amani hadn't been able to respond to them properly until now, and the responsibility was indeed on him. Maharu would inevitably end up consulting with Chisote. 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 और यार चितोसे. चितोसे. चिसो. चिसोते ही रख देते हैं गाइस, इसको चिसोते बोलेंगे अब से, चितोसे नहीं. तो चिसोते on what to do. Mahiru, Chisote, who had extensively discussed him with Mahiru, commented well. It's Amanya after all, which made Amanya a little displeased, and she looked up at him. She said to be observing Amanya truly, since she saw well-groomed Amanya in front of her. देख सकते हैं गाइस आप लोग इमेज में, ठीक ठाक दिख रहा है राधा अपना. चलिए on to the next page. जल्दी जल्दी करता हूँ गाइस, बहुत सारा है यार, चैप्टर बहुत बड़ा है यार, वैसा पता नहीं क्यों एक चैप्टर इतना बड़ा कर दिए. Oh, by the way, this is the first time I've seen Amani, handsome Amani. What's with this name? It's what Ikkun and Yuta both said. Yuta. Although you are not as good as Ikkun, you still look pretty nice for a guy. Chitose smiled and slapped Amani on the back again, expressing her thoughts on Amani in her own way. Her words sounded like those of encouragement. Even in your looks are different, but the person inside is still the same, which made corner of Amani's mouth relax a little. It's crystal best for you, huh? Of course, for Mahiru you are the best, so there is nothing to complain about, right? That's right, I'm number one for Mahiru. Amani didn't care about being best for Chitose as long as Mahiru, although he was the best, that alone would make enough for him. That alone would do enough for him. Make भी बोल सकते थे guys. He glanced at Mahiru and found her holding his hand, leaning her face on his arm, and whispered, Amani-kun is number one. Perhaps since she felt a little bashful of Chitose's declaration, Mahiru blushed even so, like a good girl. Mahiru is so cute. Even if Amani wasn't here, I would have hugged you. Okay, don't do it while we are still on the way to school. Do it when we arrive. Please. Wow, that's great. Your boyfriend agrees, Mahiru. Give me a hug later. Please be merciful. Upon suddenly being asked to hug, Mahiru nodded, albeit witheredly. Then Chitose walked alongside Mahiru with a smile, seeming desperate to congratulate her. After witnessing the intimacy between the two of them, Amani looked around. Perhaps since they were getting closer to school, there were more students around them. When we entered the classroom, that's when the question will start flooding in. Imagine the future arriving in just few minutes. He showed a worried smile away from the two girls. After passing into the school building, the surrounding is exhalated even further. Although Chitose was next to them, Amani and Mahiru holding hands garnered a lot of attention. Chitose leisurely remarked, oh my, so many people are watching. But Amani still wasn't all that comfortable with the stairs. As for Mahiru, since she was already used to it, she continued to walk graciously. She held hands with Amani tightly as they walked together, seeming to announce their relationship. The angel is with the boy. She does look completely different. The guy from before, compared to the sports festival, this is a big difference. Yasu, you suckers. My guy is there in his real form. And so on. It was unexpected for them that Amani was the boy whom Mahiru declared was her important person. Mahiru didn't respond to their voices and showed her sweet smile as the angel. Amani, yes, we are entering the classroom now. Is that okay? As they approached the classroom, Mahiru asked Amani for permission. I rated myself. And I decided to show this appearance to them, so it's okay. Is that so? I surprise everyone. It's only been weekends since Mahiru confessed, and you have already changed your image? Imagine? Chitose said, such the faint smile. I was shocked too, making Amani feel slightly regretful. He didn't contact her. Itsuki and Kadawaki in advance. Amani was too embarrassed to talk about the start of their relationship, so he put it off. However, these kind of things should be mentioned to those who've been supporting Mahiru and Amani since the beginning. Chitose? Yes. Sorry, I didn't tell you. What, your relationship began right after the sports festival, right? Both of you two are probably busy flirting together. I guess you also rather talk in person. The realization of them busily flirting made Amani feel a little complicated. But it was true, they are practically spending all day together yesterday. Moreover, on Chitose said Amani received a lot of support from her and the other and hoped to tell them face to face. Chitose realized that and teased him about it. But she understood Amani's intentions. Thank you, no problem. No problem. I'm just trying the red string of fate. I'm just tying the red string of fate between our two main characters here. So worship me more. I'm a god. I'm a cupid. Although I will buy the crepes you like in front of the station, Chitose-sama. It's not the big deal. Chitose was joking around and Amani followed along while chatting they entered the classroom. Good morning, Sheila. The first thing they saw was a small group of girls gathered near the door of the classroom. They were sitting at the table, looked to be chatting as enthusiastically. Looked to be chatting enthusiastically. The girl looked up, they saw Mahiru entering the classroom. Entering the classroom. Next page. Classroom. And then noticed Amani holding her hand. Their eyes moved up from their hands to Amani's face. Curiously, their expressions were showing off. Who's this? This was natural, as Amani had never dressed himself up in front of his classmates. Sorry guys, बहुत बड़ी वीडियो हो गई है, फिर से जल्दी खत्म करना पड़ेगा। मतलब इसका एक और पार्ट आएगा guys. This was natural, as Amani had never dressed himself in front of his classmates before. It is possible a classmate saw him dressed up outside of school, but he never attended this class with the dressed up as Amani Fujimiya. In the eyes of others, Amani was seen as stranger. Last week, Mahiru had told everyone that Amani was important to her, and many students still remember the scene. Amani also admitted he was the man seen during Gold Weekend. With just a little thought, it was easy for them to equate the man holding hands with Amani. Holding hands with her is Amani होना चाहिए था guys यहाँ पे. Before they deduced this, however, Amani promptly released Mahiru and went to put his item on the seat. This was to make his identity clear. After this, classroom became quieter than usual. Even the classmates who were usually talking expressively were also watching Amani. Fujimiya, good morning. In this embarrassment scene, Kadawaki and Itsuki walked towards Amani with the unusual smile showing on their faces. The two were familiar with Amani and would still greet him normal, which made Amani very grateful. Morning, you two. What's up? Have you finally seen the light? Well, she got me, and now I got her too. I say what I say. Copyright भी आना चाहिए, guys. पता नहीं क्यों ऐसा लग रहा है कि copyright आएगा. Amani has discussed with them many times with Itsuki being the first of the two to notice Amani like Mahiru. Since they saw Amani walking in holding hands in such fashion, they immediately understood the started dating. Fujimiya, congratulations. I only just got on better terms with you recently, but still, well, I didn't wait it that long, but feeling anxious to the death really dragged out the time. What are you saying? I had to wait half a year and I wanted to be anxious, and it's all thanks to this card. Shut up, in my bed, alright? After watching Amani and Mayu interact over the past 6 months, Izzy probably felt quite satisfied with himself now. He nodded with an emotional whistle. I waited so long for this. For a better or worse, Izzy has pushed, kicked Amani a lot from the behind, later was grateful, and even though Izzy was way too much of a busybody at the time, he was cheering them on earnestly. Among the people Amani knew, Izzy had a sincere blessing for their relationship. So, you made up your mind to dress up like that? Yeah. I have made up my mind. It feels strange, I know it's used to it. I agree, I haven't seen it since we went out. So guys, वीडियो फिर से बहुत बड़ी हो गई है, 26 मिनट की। अब मैं इसको अगले पार्ट में लेके आऊँगा, तो तब तक के लिए आप देखें तो पेज नंबर 54-55 से पढ़ेंगे गाइस अपन। सेकंड चैप्टर बहुत बड़ा है गाइस, पता नहीं कब तक चलेगा। तो गाइस तब तक के लिए आप इस वीडियो को लाइक करिए, इससे पहले वाले पार्ट देखिए अगर आपने नहीं देखा है, और मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिएगा, क्योंकि परसेंटेज बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया है सब्सक्राइब वालों का। बाय गाइस, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करिए, वीडियो को लाइक करिए और अपने दोस्तों के साथ शेयर करिए जो ज़्यादातर सिंगल्स है, और अगर आपके पास फ्रेंड है तो उनके साथ ज़रूर शेयर करिए। बाय गाइस, जय श्री राम।